Good morning students. Welcome back to the geometry class. I hope you all have seen the timetable for the first unit test. Yes? So in this week we are going to revise the first and second lesson. Also we are going to solve some problems which you have asked as a doubt, and we are going to solve multiple choice questions questions also, so that you will get an idea of what type of questions will be asked in the exam. Now let's start with this session. In this we are going to do the revision of the first lesson, similarity. What was the first topic we have learned in this lesson? Yes, ratio of areas of two triangles. So what was the statement for this? Ratio of areas of two triangles is equal to the ratio of the product of their bases and corresponding heights. So if triangle ABC and triangle PQR, these two triangles you have, and BC is the base of triangle ABC and AD is the height, and if in triangle PQR, QR is the base and PS is the height, then what will be the ratio of areas of these two triangles? That is equal to BC into AD upon QR into PS. Now in this we have seen two conditions where we are finding the areas of two triangles with equal heights. So what is the ratio of areas of two triangles with equal heights? It is equal to their corresponding bases. It is equal to the ratio of their corresponding bases. So here in triangle ABC, AD, and in triangle PQR, PS, these are the heights. So if the heights is equal, then the ratio of areas of two triangle is equal to B1 upon B2. Similarly, you are going to find the areas of triangles with equal bases, and they are proportional to their corresponding heights. When the bases are equal, you have to see the height of these two triangles. So your formula becomes area of triangle ABC upon area of triangle APB is equal to H1 upon H2. Now based on these, questions can be asked. So let's start with the doubt solving session. That is, one doubt from practice set 1 was asked, fifth sum. So let's start solve this question. In figure, PM is equal to 10 centimeter. Area of triangle PQS is equal to 100 square centimeter. Area of triangle QRS is equal to 110 square centimeter. Then find NR. So this is the figure given to us. And what is given? PM is given, area of two triangles are given, and you have to find length of NR. So let's start with this solution. Triangle PQS and triangle QRS have same base. Which is the base for these two triangles? Yes, QS. So that is the common base for these two triangles. So just now we have seen when the bases are same, then the ratio of areas of two triangles will be proportional to their corresponding heights. So let's write down area of triangle PQS upon area of triangle QRS, that is equal to PM upon NR. Therefore 100, now substitute the values here, 100 upon 110, that is equal to 10 upon NR. So if you cross multiply this, you will get the value of NR as 11 centimeters. I hope you all have understood this. This was very simple sum. Only you have to apply the formula. Now after that we have seen the basic proportionality theorem. This is the diagram for this. In triangle ABC, we have to take a segment PQ. So that segment PQ is parallel to segment AC. Then what we have to do? We have to write AP upon BP is equal to QC upon BQ. So that you have to prove, and this is called as basic proportionality theorem. After that we have seen the converse of basic proportionality theorem, in which we have to consider one triangle. Here we are considering triangle PQR. If PS upon SQ is equal to PT upon TR, then we can say that segment ST is parallel to segment QR. After that, we have seen the theorem of bisector of an angle of a triangle. So here we have considered one triangle, triangle ABC, and sec BD is the bisector of angle ABC. Then what we get? AB upon BC is equal to AD upon YZ. So this is the theorem of bisector of an angle of a triangle, that is angle bisector theorem. Then we have seen the property of three parallel lines and their transversals. Here we have considered three lines, line AX, line BY and line CZ. All these three lines are parallel to each other, and line L and line M are their transversals. Then what we have? AB upon BC is equal to XY upon YZ. This is called property of three parallel lines and their transversals. Is that clear to all of you? All these formulas you have to remember. After that, we have seen the similarity of triangles. In that we have seen the correspondence also. So do you remember what is the meaning of correspondence? Yes, it is the matching or pairing of vertices of two triangles. So here vertex A is corresponds to vertex D, vertex B is corresponds to vertex E, and vertex C corresponds to vertex F. So that way we have to see the correspondence. Now how we can find out the given triangles are similar? There are some conditions. If the three angles of the triangle are corresponding angles of the triangle are congruent, then we can say that the two triangles are similar. Similarly, if the three corresponding sides of these two triangles are in proportion, then also we can say that these two triangles are similar. So there are different tests to find the similarity between the two triangles. First test, angle test, and side test, and side angle side test. So by this test we can find the given triangles are similar or not. Now let's see the angle test. Here we have considered triangle ABC and triangle DEF. Then what will be the meaning of angle test? Means we have to show that the three corresponding angles of these two triangles are congruent. So let's write angle A is equal to angle D, angle B is equal to angle E, and angle C is equal to angle F. Then we can say that triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. By which test? Yes, by AAA test. Is that clear to all of you? Similarly, if you consider two corresponding angles, then also we will get the two triangles are similar. So here angle test, angle A is equal to angle D and angle B is equal to angle E. Then angle C and angle F will automatically become congruent, because we know that the sum of measure of all the three angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So if you know the measure of two angles, the third angle you can find. So by that way we can show angle C is equal to angle F, and then we can say that triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF by AA test. Then we have seen the side test. Now here we are going to consider the three corresponding sides of two triangles. That means if AB upon DE is equal to BC upon EF is equal to CA upon FD, that means their corresponding sides are in proportion, then we can say that triangles are similar. Therefore, triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF by SSS test. Then we have learned the side angle side test. What we are going to consider in this test? Yes, we are going to consider two pair of corresponding sides and one pair of corresponding included angles. Now let's see which are the two sides we are going to consider: side AB and side DE, side CA and side FD. And which is the included angle here? Angle A and angle D. So let's write down, if AB upon DE is equal to CA upon FD and angle A is equal to angle D, that is, if a pair of corresponding sides is proportional and included angles are equal, then we can say that the two triangles are similar. Therefore, triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF. By which test? Yes, by side angle side test, that is SAS test. Now we are going to solve one problem from problem set 1. This is the 11th problem. In quadrilateral ABCD, seg AD is parallel to seg BC. Diagonal AC and diagonal BD intersect each other in point P. Then show that AP upon PD is equal to PC upon BP. Now you have to prove this. AP upon PD is equal to PC upon BP. So let's start with the given part. Seg AD is parallel to seg BC and line DB is their transversal. So here, if you consider seg AD is parallel to seg BC and line BD is the transversal, then what you get? Angle ADP is congruent to angle CBP. Why these two angles are congruent? Because they are alternate angles formed by two parallel lines and they are transversal. So what reason you will write here? Alternate angles theorem. Write this equation as equation 1. Now after that we are going to consider two triangles, triangle ADP and triangle CBP. In this two triangle, what you got? Angle ADP is congruent to angle CBP. Just now we got from equation 1. And angle APD is congruent to angle CPB. What reason you will write here? Vertically opposite angles. And we know that if in two triangles, two corresponding angles are congruent, then we can show that these two triangles are similar. So here triangle ADP is similar to triangle CBP by angle-angle test of similarity. Now we know that if two triangles are similar, then their corresponding sides should be in proportion. Therefore, we can write here AP upon CP is equal to PD upon BP. Reason you will write as corresponding sides of similar triangles are in proportion. Now we have to use the property of alternando, by which we can interchange the numerator and denominator of these two ratios. So let's see here what we will get after alternando. AP upon PD is equal to CP upon BP. That is nothing but AP upon PD is equal to PC upon BP. Hence we have proved. So now let's try to solve some MCQs. These types of question only will be asked in the exam. So let's see the first question. In the figure, BC is perpendicular to AB, AD is perpendicular to AB and BC is equal to 4, AD is equal to 8. Then find the ratio of areas of these two triangles. Now how to solve this sum? Now what is given here? BC is given and AD is given. Now if you observe these two triangles, you will find that side segment AB, that is base of these two triangles, are common. That means here we have to consider only the heights. So therefore, by using the formula, area of triangle ABC upon area of triangle ABD is equal to BC upon AD. Substitute the values, you will get 4 upon 8, that is equal to 1 upon 2. Hence your answer is option B, that is 1 upon 2. So this way you have to solve. Now this type of questions can be asked for 2 marks. Now let's see the second example. Given below are some triangles and lengths of line segments. Identify in which figure ray PM is the bisector of angle QPR. Now here I have given you 3 figures, and in each of the figure you have to find out that ray PM is the bisector of angle QPR is or not. So for that you have to show this ratio equal. That means PQ upon PR is equal to QM upon MR. That is, here we have to use the angle bisector theorem, and you will substitute the values given in each of the figure, and you will find that if this ratio is equal, then you can say that ray PM is the bisector of angle QPR. If this ratio is not equal, that means ray PM is not a bisector of angle QPR. Now if you do this calculation, you will find that figure 1 and in figure 3 ray PM bisects the angle QPR. In figure 2 it is not true. Is that clear to all of you? This also question can be asked for 2 marks. So in the exams only you are having multiple choice questions of 1 mark and 2 marks. So any question can be asked accordingly. So you have to solve each and every question which is given in your textbook from lesson 1 and lesson 2. Now let's see one more example here. In trapezium ABCD, side AB is parallel to side PQ, side PQ is parallel to side DC, AP is equal to 15, PD is equal to 12, QC is equal to 14, and you have to find length of BQ. So what we will do here, if 3 lines are parallel to each other, then which property you can use here? The property of 3 parallel lines and their transversals. So here AD and BC are the transversals. So what is the proper formula for it? AP upon PD is equal to BQ upon QC. Now substitute the values. You will get answer as 17.5. So your answer is option A, 17.5. I hope you all are understanding this. So with this, we are going to end this session here. I hope you all have understood this session clearly. In this week, 2 more revision sessions we are going to do. So in that we will solve few more examples from lesson number 2. All your doubts I am going to clear. So I hope you all are studying properly. Till then, take care and thanks for watching this video.